Robbie Williams Rewind.
Welcome to Robbie Williams Rewind. We are the champions. I'm Matt.
And I'm Lucy.
And along with help from special guest fans, we take you on an in-depth rewind through the solo career of multi-award-winning singer, songwriter and entertainer, Robbie Williams.
Hail Keanu.
Yes, hail Keanu indeed.
We're back with a new episode. It's been a while. So we've put together some songs to review that didn't fit with our previous episodes and that we probably won't want to include when we cover the new album. And we're also going to talk about the Hyde Park gig.
Yes. Firstly, it's nice that we've got a guest fan to join us on a music review episode again. We love hearing your stories. So please welcome Emma from the UK. Hello, Emma.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. So tell us how we met.
Well, I've kind of seen you guys out and about at various gigs throughout the years and finally managed to talk to you on last couple of Saturdays ago at Hyde Park. Yeah. So it's good to finally talk to you guys. Happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. It was very nice to see you directly behind us, see some friendly faces, and there was quite a lead up to actually, well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but there was a lead up to the gig, wasn't there? So it's nice to catch up and
thank
you for joining us.
No, thank you for asking me.
So tell us, Emma, how did you become a Robbie fan?
Well, I guess I'm one of those stereotypical long-term Take That fans.
Yeah.
A prepubescent teenager watching Saturday morning TV in the 90s.
Yeah.
Loving Take That, loving everything they did, and obviously Robbie was always my favourite. Devastated when Take That split up, obviously. And then to find out Robbie was then setting up on his own was amazing news.
Yeah.
And then I've just followed him ever since, his story, everything about him. And it's just so good to see him in the place he is now. And I've just been obsessed since day one, really.
Oh, good.
Stereotypical obsession, day one.
Much like me.
Yeah.
So have you got a favourite song?
Yeah, I've got a few. It was really hard to narrow it down. No Regrets is definitely up there. And I know that's quite popular with quite a few people.
Yeah.
But I usually do that on a karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
I love Hot Fudge as well. I just love the feeling that you get when he sings that.
Yeah.
That's one of my faves.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And Me and My Monkey, I just love that song as well.
Definitely.
And I've not heard him sing that live for ages. So, I just love that song.
Yeah, I think he last did that in 2013, wasn't it, on the Take the Crown tour?
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had that big monkey behind him, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, that was really good.
I remember that, yeah. And that was really good to hear that. But I wish he'd do it again at some point soon.
Yeah.
Very popular song in Greece, apparently. Me and My Monkey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit random. Have they got lots of monkeys in Greece?
I don't know.
It just goes down really well there. So he has to sing it when he goes to Greece.
Cool. And a couple of the recent one off Heavy Entertainment. I love Mixed Signals.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love singing along to that one. And then Morning Sun as well. I was in a particular place at a particular time when Morning Sun came out, and it just reminds me of that time. So I really love that song.
Yeah.
As well. So quite a few are favourites. It's really hard to narrow it down to one.
Oh, definitely.
So you must have liked hearing the Morning Sun recording session on the Netflix documentary.
Oh, definitely.
Remember that? Yeah.
It was lovely. That that whole documentary was amazing. But yeah, just to hear things that you haven't heard for ages was really good. Yeah, it's just such a beautiful song as well.
Yeah. And
you can really relate to it with the sunrise and just all the feelings that gives you. And the words are just lovely.
And maybe you've got a favourite album?
Yeah. Bits and pieces from quite a few, actually. Escapology is up there, as well as Intensive Care. I really like that album as well.
Yeah.
He did seem to pump out quite a few, one after the other. And there's quite a few songs I could take from a few albums that I really like.
Yeah.
Take the Crown as well. I really love that album.
Mm-hmm.
And on the Take the Crown tour, when he played Hey Yeah.
Hey Wow,
Hey Way, yeah. Just when he played that before he came on, that just really got the crowd going as well. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. What else was there? Oh, the Nebworth live CD. I love that. because obviously I was there.
Right.
I'm sure you guys were as well.
Yes.
And that's just epic. That was a one-off, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm watching that on DVD as well, occasionally. So yeah, quite a few. Again, it's hard to narrow it down.
What about a favourite tour?
I don't know. So there's different ones. Seeing him in Vegas was very special.
Yeah.
And then the Take the Crown tour, I really love that. And then the Take That Progress tour, when he came back with Take That and how they intermingled the two, I thought was really, really good. And seeing them all together as a five again was really special. And the one-off gig he did at Roundhouse as well.
Oh, you were at the Under the Radar gig?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Complete one-off. Yeah, so that was really, really good. And then Nebworth probably has to be one of the favourites.
Which show did you go to at Nebworth? Was it the Friday, Saturday or Sunday?
So I'm not going to lie, I really can't remember because it was that long ago. And my memory is really poor at the moment. But I think it was the middle one.
Right.
It's the one where he got in fact, it was the DVD recording because he got the girl up on stage, didn't he?
Yeah.
And snogged her. But I don't know if he did that for every show, did he?
No, he didn't. No, because one of them he definitely didn't like snog her.
Right.
No. No.
Have you ever met her?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I was at that one, but my memory's dreadful these days. So
we probably know someone who knows someone who knows her, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Small
sure
world.
you do. But just the feeling and the scale of it was just amazing.
Yeah, it was totally.
And, yeah. I don't think I've been to a gig where it's been that epic and just felt like that. It was just amazing. I'd love it for him to do that again on that scale, because especially with the whole set list he's got and all the different songs he's got now, it'd just be phenomenal. I think.
Yeah.
You can come in our helicopter because I shan't be driving in and out of there again.
Sounds good. Yeah, that was pretty bad, eh?
Yeah. But no, it was an epic gig. We would go again, but we'd just make sure we have the next day off.
Well, just get sleep in a tent nearby somewhere.
Yeah, or walk would be
like
quicker.
Yeah.
Should do a mini Glastonbury with him as a headline.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you
Definitely.
go, Rob. Good idea.
And have you got a favourite video?
So I tend to like the ones where he's playing an acting bit. So Millennium, James Bond style-y, that's probably one of my favourite videos because I just think that's hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I just love the way he never takes himself too seriously either. Feel as well is another one where he's with Daryl Hannah.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
That's beautiful. And he looks amazing in that video as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Road to Mandalay as well, where he's a bank robber. I love that one.
Yeah.
The way he just pulls videos off is brilliant.
It is.
He's a good actor.
He is. She's the One's another one.
Yeah.
I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
Something Stupid with Nicole Kidman, where he just looks amazing in that as well. But,
yeah.
He just looks amazing in everything, to be fair. But yeah, the one where he plays a little bit of an acting part, I love all those.
Yeah.
He really should do some sort of mini-series or some sort of TV special, or he needs to get into acting 100%.
Well, I wonder what because he is going to be in the film.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there will be any kind of acting element, or whether it'll just be kind of singing. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
We told us himself he likes doing it, but he likes to do stuff in one take. So he doesn't like to sit around all day doing 56 takes of the same thing.
Oh, maybe that's not for him then.
So he gets a bit bored if it's got to be redone over and over again, which in film you have to do, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it was on his Insta yesterday, didn't he, where he said that his film that's coming out didn't he see a run of it, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that was today, actually.
Oh, was it today, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And how excited he is.
I know, and that just like, oh, come on, we need to see it now.
Yes.
Just makes everyone else excited, doesn't it? So
it does.
The fact that he's actually excited to see it makes a nice change.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so it should be, I can't wait.
And do you have a favourite memory or moment from your times following Rob?
I've never been fortunate enough to meet. I've come close to meeting him. That was outside the One show last year, I think it was, or was it earlier this year?
Did you get a selfie with him?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Well, yeah, Rita's kind of popping her head up in it, but yeah, I got a selfie with him eventually. Probably Nebworth really sticks out in my head still. Going over to Vegas to see him I didn't go for the meet and greet option, unfortunately. But going out there was pretty amazing. I took my mum because she loves Vegas anyway, and she'd never seen Rob live, so I thought, right, kill two birds with one stone here.
Yeah.
So we bought tickets to the first gig and went to that, and she said it was phenomenal, obviously. And it was near her birthday, I think, when we were out there. So I bought her tickets to see Celine Dion in Caesar's Palace.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, that'd be amazing. And then I met Rita for the first time out there, and she won tickets in a competition, I think, to see him for one of the nights. And she offered me a couple of me and Mum a ticket, and it was the night I bought tickets to see Celine Dion.
Oh no! What do you do?
Oh, what do I do? And Mum, God bless her, she said, right, yeah, let's sell the Celine Dion tickets and we'll go again.
Oh my God! Wow.
I know. So, yeah. So I'm gonna have to repay her back at some point and take her back to Vegas to see something really good.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure it'll be Celine Dion at the minute, but
no.
But yeah, I'm forever thankful for letting us do that, and we ended up seeing him 3 times altogether.
Oh, brilliant!
And I think we got in to see the dress rehearsal as well.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So that was really funny actually. But that Vegas really sticks out in my head. And then obviously the Roundhouse gig, which was particularly good because of all the B-sides and stuff you don't normally hear. Yeah, that was epic. And the fact we all went in our pyjamas.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Can we all go to gigs in pyjamas, please?
Yeah, it's much more comfortable.
Definitely. Wandering around Camden in pyjamas.
Yeah, that was a strange
People
experience.
must have thought, what's going on here? But that was brilliant.
Yeah, not only was it strange that Robbie was playing in that tiny venue anyway, for people walking past asking who you're going to see, and you say Robbie Williams, and then there must be looking at everyone thinking, why are they all in pyjamas?
Yeah, but it was in the queue as well. It was just a really good vibe, and nobody seemed to be getting antsy, and it was just really friendly, I found, and it wasn't too crowded in there as well. You weren't getting that crushed feeling like you would at some gigs. It was just everyone was in there for the same reason, and it was just really nice.
Yeah. Definitely need another one of those.
Oh, please. Yes,
we do.
Come on, Rob and team.
Definitely.
Please.
Just that gig at the Albert Hall as well, where he was recording for his film.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was brilliant because it was the opposite end of the scale. It was really nice to get dressed up in your glads and rags, and I actually dragged my other half along, and he wore a tux, and it was just brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's nice to have really the time just to chat with people and relax and then enjoy it rather than
in a posh seat.
No stress.
Yeah. It was nice. Get to quaff champagne and everything. It was really nice. Knowing you could leave to get out for the toilets anytime you wanted.
Yeah.
Very refreshing.
So tell us what Robbie means to you.
I guess he's just always there when you need him, because I've followed him for so long. Just brings you happiness. It's an escapism. You're in a community with like-minded other people, and he's just like your big brother. You're sharing his journey. You're going along with him. It's really hard to describe. It's just joy, and it's just takes you away from your day-to-day, not boring life, but that makes me sound really ungrateful, but just gives you happiness and joy. It's really hard to describe.
Yeah.
And it's just joyful watching his journey. He's sharing all his songs with us. It's really weird to describe, and I know it sounds cheesy, but it's just happiness, and he's there. His lyrics are fun. His lyrics are meaningful. His lyrics just describe his life, and it's just brilliant. It just is. It gives you so much in lots of ways.
Yeah.
And it's hard to describe.
No, I understand. And if you could ask him one question or say one thing to him, what might that be?
So my other half's quite into space and space travel. And I know Rob's quite into his UFOs and all that. So I'm just wondering if he would ever consider making a trip to Mars. Considering how long it takes to get there. I mean, I think my other half said it was like 6 to 9 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I was like, would he ever consider doing that? Especially now he's got his kids and...
Yeah.
and Ida and stuff. I just wonder whether we'd ever consider doing that, because obviously once you make the trip there, you're probably there for a while.
Yeah.
And then it takes so long to get back. I mean, I know it's hypothetical and, given I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but if it was possible now, would he ever consider making a trip?
It's a good question.
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't do it myself.
100% not. And they found that crater on the moon recently, haven't they, to start building something to live on the moon. Yeah, so I only know all this because my other half's obsessed with it. So I'm just wondering whether he would ever make the trip to outer space, basically. If it's something we would consider. And I'd obviously thank him for being who he is.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had the opportunity to do that, so I would do that.
Oh. And have you got any other memories or stories you'd like to share?
Not really, other than then all the other good friends I've made, really. Following Rob around the country and following him abroad. Just the whole fandom, really. It's an amazing place to be, and it's such a great thing to be a part of. And I never thought I'd still be obsessing over him for this long. and I can't wait to retire so I can do it full time. As long as he's still going and as long as he's still doing what he's doing, then I think that will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in for an interesting time. Hopefully. From this point forward. I think
it's almost like he's taking another layer off to come out of himself again. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's another time for Rob. It's his 2025 time, or whatever it's going to be. He
always talks about his plan, doesn't he? This is the third act, isn't it? Third act, is that what he says?
Yeah.
And I think he sort of looks at it in 10-year spans. So there's a lot to come in the next 10 years. Yeah,
amazing. Bring it on.
We can live in Robbie World full time.
That would be amazing.
If we retire, but I'm not doing that anytime soon. But
no. But
we squeeze it in somehow, eventually. Don't we? Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll keep going. As long as he still enjoys it, there's no reason not to, I don't think.
Yeah.
And it's weird to see him enjoying it for a change as well. Or, watching his documentary and knowing what he's been through in the past and how his mindset's changed. Obviously, a lot of that's down to Ida and the family, and it's just amazing to see him in that space now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's good.
And hopefully he can enjoy the next thing that's coming.
Yeah. Although his children won't be able to watch the film, apparently, will they?
Oh, really?
No.
Not even Teddy?
No, because I think it's an 18.
Not for a while, anyway.
Yeah. I think he said he doesn't want them ever to see it.
Ah. Well, I think that's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So before we move on to Hyde Park, shall we do a bit of a news roundup of some things that have been happening since we were last on air, which is a while, we know, but
have you got that long?
Well, there's only a few things here, isn't there? Do you want to kick off?
Obviously Rob opened his art exhibition at the MoCo in Barcelona, and he did selfies with fans outside again, which was nice. It was also the same evening as one of the England football matches as well, so I believe that the whole thing was scheduled around him being able to watch the football.
Yeah.
But in one press interview, he did say, "I'm busier than ever, but I also enjoy it more than ever. I am preparing a biopic about my life, and when the film is presented, I will also present an album, and then there will be a tour." So,
woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah.
A tour has been confirmed, but we don't know when.
Got to do
music
it.
Will be good.
Got to do it, hasn't he? I mean, his profile's going to go soaring upwards with the whole country and beyond. So, got to make hay while the sun shines, haven't you?
Definitely.
So it's good
to see him back in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And then one of our friends went to see his art in Amsterdam, and they found that the digital art, which is, the kind of moving video type pieces, are no longer on display in Amsterdam, and it's only the still paintings.
Yeah.
So just a note for anyone considering going, it might be worth going to Barcelona over Amsterdam at the moment if you're wanting to see the digital art.
But I think it's different pieces as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Has it been confirmed if it's coming to this country?
So when the Amsterdam one launched, they did say, I'm sure it was MoCo that said, that Rob would launch the Moco London when it opened in July. However, that has been announced that it's opening in August, but Rob isn't listed as one of the exhibitors there.
Okay.
So I'm guessing he's going to arrive at some point, but I don't actually know when.
I think it'll happen.
Yeah.
Maybe they're replanning it to possibly coincide with other events.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like film premieres or things like
that. If they want maximum attendance, I guess. Yeah, makes sense.
And then we move on to Soccer Aid.
Yeah.
Which, for once, England won.
Yay.
Did you guys go, did you?
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
We were there. Yeah, we were on the front line, just along from the dugout. England won against the rest of the world. Yeah. It was quite something, wasn't it?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It's the only football match I watch.
Yeah, I find it really hard to watch because I just don't like football.
No, neither do I, but I just look at Rob and
I'm
the
not
players.
the biggest fan, but I did enjoy seeing all different celebrities, just sort of...
It's a good atmosphere.
Having fun. And
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
I can't believe how much money they still managed to raise. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
There's a nice atmosphere apart from the fact that the bars were only open during half time. But, apart from that, it was sort of
because we've been a family stand.
Oh, were you?
Apparently.
Yeah. But,
right, okay.
It was good.
So I think people were very lucky, certain people, to get like a red wristband. I think it was red before the celebrities turned up. And it meant that you could go in this certain area and get selfies with them all as they turned up. Yeah.
Basically the red carpet as they arrived off the buses.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They wanted an audience, but they wanted a limited audience.
Yeah.
rather than
control the numbers.
Everybody.
So you just had to be lucky.
Yeah.
We were just a few minutes too late. Yeah. But a lot of our friends that were there got in, so that's good. They got incredible selfies and pictures down there.
Yeah, I think Rob only did one half of one side of the line. So half of our friends got pictures with him and half didn't. So
yeah, stage secret. He also pretended to get off the bus as well.
Oh yeah,
really?
So it's like he came out, went up to the bus door, got on the bus, and then got out.
Yes.
Probably revealing too many secrets there, really. But yeah, there's evidence of that happening.
Yes. Yeah, because that's funny. You're right. Everyone was like looking towards the bus to see, who else is going to come off, and then he just turns up from the opposite direction. Like, the Robbie fans were all looking at the bus, but he just suddenly walked past them from behind them.
Oh, they didn't even notice?
No, not until he'd already kind of started walking past them. And then, one thing that annoyed me was the stupid press reports after Soccer Aid from stupid people saying things like, Robbie is totally unrecognisable. Because he's got glasses and his hair's like grey and a bit longer.
Yeah.
Oh, they keep an eye on what he's looking like then, I see.
Yeah. But then apparently there's people saying on Twitter things like, oh my God, I don't even recognise Robbie Williams. Just because he's got some glasses on.
Really?
It made me laugh.
Well, I guess if he hasn't had that much primetime television exposure, so he's had the documentary, and from our point of view, he's had a profile, but he hasn't necessarily been doing a lot of public sort of general stuff.
I guess so, yeah.
I find it amusing. Glasses. Sorry?
Robbie wearing glasses is hardly headline-grabbing material.
I know.
No, you'd think.
I find it amusing how you get all these comments from the trolls, like saying, "Oh, he looks old." You just think, well, we're all aging.
Yeah.
Everybody ages. So I think it's just that they haven't seen him for a while, and it gets the comments going, doesn't it?
Well, no matter what he'd look like, he'd still get comments like that.
Well,
yes,
true.
But the glasses were quite prominent, weren't they? I mean, quite large, thick-rimmed glasses.
Thick-rimmed.
They suit him.
Yeah, they do.
And then just to note that me and Matt didn't actually know who most of the celebrities were at Soccer Aid.
We did have to identify a few.
We're getting to that age, eh?
There was a YouTuber there who's apparently very, very famous on YouTube.
Really?
I think our children knew who he was.
Well, they sort of knew who he was.
That's embarrassing.
But there were these little kids next to us going, Simon, Simon, Simon.
Yeah.
And we were like, who is this guy? Like,
did you ask them?
They must. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that was funny. Yeah. And then
but they didn't know who the old people were.
Then,
so we had to tell them who they were.
Yeah. At one point, we spoke to Carl Brazil, Robbie's drummer.
Yeah.
And because we were chatting to him, and he had the full kit on that the players were wearing, so these little boys next to us asked him for a photo. So they had a selfie with Carl, and then Carl walked off. And then I said to these boys, "Do you know who that is?" And they went, "No." I said, "It's Robbie Williams' drummer." And then I had blank expressions. "Do you know who Robbie Williams is?" "No." I was like, "He set up Soccer Aid." Oh, it was funny.
Yeah, they just got brought along by their dads, I think. And then we had the Gran Canaria gig.
Yeah, which was 2 nights before Hyde Park.
Yeah. Which, by all reports, went well.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty similar set list to Hyde Park. He did Advertising Space. And he also did the, not Hyde Park, Are You Ready, but Are You Ready song. They did that. And they had a video of him walking to the stage. So it was similar.
Right, okay.
It's the same kind of song, but they just edited the lyrics.
I thought that video was amazing.
It was.
It was such a good build-up as well, and just got the crowd riled. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I get excited thinking about it now.
Yeah, loved it.
It was really good.
So shall we move on to talk about Hyde Park?
Well, yes, we should talk about Hyde Park.
Yes.
So I think the first thing we need to discuss is the weather, because being British...
God.
Obviously our international listeners probably think that we don't talk about anything else, but it was absolutely ludicrously, stupidly wet.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
You were very well dressed though, you guys. I mean, I loved your red poncho, Lucy.
Oh, thank you.
Very good.
Unfortunately,
I really must invest in one.
The ponchos have now got quite a lot of use, and
I can imagine.
Our friends Alan and Sarah always had ponchos, and we were like, we must get ponchos, and they have been absolutely brilliant ever since.
Yeah,
because it's like wearing a tent.
Yeah, definitely.
It just runs off, generally on someone else, but but it's quite nice, isn't it, to have those?
Yeah.
The problem is, as you saw and as you were doing as well, we just had to keep taking them off and on and off and on and off, umbrellas up, umbrellas down.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to a gig like that for ages, where it's constantly on and off, rain, sun, rain, sun.
And in between, it was quite hot, wasn't it? So you had to strip everything off again.
Could almost see the crowd steaming every time people got undressed.
We literally had all the seasons in one day because it was windy at one point as well, wasn't it? Oh.
Yeah. But I'd do it all again.
Oh, same.
However, the good news was that it started to clear.
Yeah.
A little bit before Robbie came on, didn't it? And then it cleared back, and he had quite a bit of sunshine when he was on stage.
Yeah, he did.
So
of course he did.
We manifested it somehow, or he did.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
It wouldn't have been nice stood there in the pouring rain in the middle of Hyde Park, would it?
No.
It was really good timing, actually.
Yeah.
When he came on.
And then we had support acts on the main stage. Kate Nash, who was very good, I thought.
I thought she was hilarious.
Yeah, very good lyrics.
Oh, brilliant. And then how she interacted with the crowd as well.
God, she really got it going, didn't she?
Oh, she really did.
She owned that stage. Such stage presence. I mean, Christ, she was just all over it, wasn't she? All over the 100%. Walkway. Got everyone engaged and involved. What you need from a warm-up act.
Yeah.
But she was brilliant, absolutely brilliant in her own right. Yeah.
And her songs were just hilarious.
Yeah.
She's got some issues. But good issues.
Yeah.
Didn't she have a song about a dickhead?
Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant.
It reminded me of
going to say that, but I wasn't sure if I could say dickhead on
yes, you can.
podcast.
It reminded me of Rob's song, Dickhead, as well. Yeah. Lucy and I both looked at each other when she said, does anybody know any dickheads? We didn't look at each other to say we knew it, we just...
Yeah,
good,
I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, it was really good.
And Black Grape?
Yeah, Black Grape.
Oh,
hopefully we never meet Sean Ryder if we're about to say this. But
what planet is he on, bless him?
Yeah, he wasn't completely on our planet, that's right.
I don't think he was.
No. He seemed to be he seemed to be having a good day out there, didn't he?
It was a good day out.
He was stood in the middle of the stage, chatting away.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other guy's name, but
no,
to his bandmate, the other singer. And it was all a bit weird, wasn't it?
But the thing that cracked me up was when Seal was on, the way he was just stood at the back of the stage.
Yes.
But he wasn't hiding.
Yes.
Just like with a really vacant expression on his face, just watching it say, wow.
Yeah, he was practically on stage, wasn't he? I think he was supposed to be stood to the side, but he literally sort of moved himself right the way forward.
Still had his drinks bottle in his hand, tightly grasped. Not sure what was in that, but...
Yeah. Yeah, he carried that everywhere he went. Yeah, Black Crowes, I mean, obviously they've got some classic songs, but it was, it was a bit up and down. Yeah. Sean Ryder was not quite with it completely, but there we go.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
And of course, we also had Gaz Coombs, bit of a blast from the past.
Yeah.
He came out and did a few Supergrass numbers.
Yeah, as well as some solo ones.
Yeah, he sounded good.
Yeah. He's an amazing singer, actually, isn't he? With the, he did sort of a few sort of almost more stripped back acoustic type numbers with his guitar. Very, very powerful voice. Yeah,
definitely.
But of course, when his set finished, everyone was kind of thinking, oh, he didn't sing like the hit.
You know what? That didn't even occur to me, to be honest.
Oh, well, and obviously when he's...
The main reason why it occurred to us was because we heard it in the sound check.
Yes.
And we were like,
did you?
Yeah.
He's finished. But he was sound checking that one. I said to Lucy, oh, maybe that's just the one he always sounds checks. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then we had Seal.
Wow.
He was really good.
He was epic, I thought.
Yeah.
I've never seen him live. So
no, we hadn't.
I have he has a new fan.
Yeah.
I've forgotten how many great songs he had.
Yeah, totally. And his voice, wow, it's amazing. Didn't falter once.
No, an incredible, and because we were so close, like seeing the energy that he put into it, like right there, it was
definitely
something else, wasn't it? He was so...
Yeah. And he spent the whole performance at the end of the B stage as well.
Yeah,
it was just set up there. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way he interacted with the crowd as well, gave the crowd really good energy. And
apart from our friend Angie may disagree. So for our listeners, Angie, who was on our intensive care episode, hopefully Angie won't mind me telling everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling them now.
Seal basically sung to her and then continued to sing to her. Serenaded her, yes. As he walked down the steps towards her, continued singing to her. Went right up to her, continued singing to her. She said she didn't really know where to look. And then and he walked away to sing to some other people and then turned back round and then carried on singing to her.
He's quite intense, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, she said it was intense. That's why she felt like she didn't really know where to look.
Well, what do you do? I mean, he's so full of emotion and so energized through his performance, and then he comes towards you. I mean, what the hell do you do with that?
You've just got to go with it, I suppose, haven't you?
Just look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Angie. We had to tell the world that happened. Or Lucy did, anyway.
Sorry.
Blame Lucy. So actually, really, really different, but really good support acts.
Can I add a little side note that me and Matt went to see Kylie at Hyde Park the following Saturday, and her support acts were nowhere near as good.
Really?
Apart from Ella Henderson, who was amazing.
Oh yeah,
the first one.
Ella,
she smashed it.
The next two we just did not enjoy in the slightest, especially this Brazilian singer called Anita, who basically just twerked with wearing just a thong for the whole 45 minutes.
At 4:00 in the afternoon in Hyde Park. And then sang a song called Fuck Me Hard, which repeated throughout the song. And there were lots of people with children there.
Yeah, it was
covering
not the
their
best.
ears. Yeah, it was different, wasn't it?
Yes. I had to sit down. There was only so much twerking I could actually look
I watched the twerking for a bit and then I decided to go and get some food at that point and left me to it.
But not just, we're talking like continual twerking.
With thongs on.
For the all of the dancers, and it was just not
don't
really.
Need to see that, really, do you?
No. Anyway, I digress.
Yes, so it was quite a different setup, yeah.
So yeah, I much enjoyed Rob's support acts much more.
And we talked about the intro, we did, but I think it's worth talking about it again.
Yes.
Obviously, it was unexpected. We didn't know.
Yeah,
it's a big gig, a big deal. We didn't know how he was going to start it.
I think that was a nice thing that we didn't know it was coming as well.
Yeah, you're always speculating on, will he come up through a trapdoor? Will he come down on a wire? Will he just walk on? How will he actually enter the stage? But then suddenly this video came on.
Yeah.
And
that was so good.
It was funny as well, wasn't it?
It was an original song, I guess, piece of music.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Hyde Park? I want to know, did they do it live, do you think?
No, I'm sure they
pre-recorded. You think it was pre-recorded?
Because
it was a bit too
well put together, wasn't it, to be live?
Because they left the dressing room. He went on him first, is that right?
He was sat in the dressing room reading the newspaper that said something like, "Is Robbie Williams the world's best entertainer?" or something like that, didn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
And then they left the dressing room and he picked up, who did he pick up first? Gaz Coombs and Danny Dyer on the way out?
Yeah, on the way out, yeah.
And then
signed some back of someone's jumper, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a very small cardboard cutout of Noel Gallagher. Which is quite amusing because as the camera came along, he looked full size, and then as they got to him, he was only about 3 foot tall.
Yeah, and he patted him on the head and gave him a hug.
And all the time they were singing, "Are you ready, Hyde Park? Are you ready, Hyde Park?" And the band were playing along, and it was sort of building it. And then the dancers were dancing around backstage. That really, really worked.
Yeah,
it really did.
Yeah.
So apparently it was all Rob's idea as well to do that.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it was a very, very good build-up indeed.
Yeah, really good.
Got everyone suitably excited, even more excited than they already were.
Yeah.
And then he popped out.
At the back of the stage, wasn't it? At the top?
Yes. Yes, because you saw him on the video go into the the lift thing.
The lift, yeah.
And then you saw him pop out.
That's right.
Yeah. It's probably a good job that was on the big screen because all I could see was that bloody speaker.
Oh, same, yeah. Do you know something? Kylie's B stage didn't have anything on the top of it.
Completely clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Brilliant.
So that was just Rob that had those speakers there.
Somebody thought it was a good idea, obviously.
Yeah. And also just a note that Kim Gavin was who is Take That's creative director, worked with Rob on the Hyde Park show.
Oh, interesting.
So I wonder whether he helped him put together that video. I guess that must be the first time that Rob has worked with Kim since the Progress tour, I imagine.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, if he produces videos like that, then let's have some more.
Yes. And what about his outfits?
Yes, he definitely rocks white, doesn't he?
Definitely.
Especially the white sunglasses. That was a good look.
Yes.
Definitely.
Showing off his new muscles.
Yes.
He did say he'd been working out.
Yeah. And then I loved the hopium red sequined jacket that was a throwback to the
Adidas
top that he wore to Glastonbury in 95.
Mm-hmm.
With hopium being Rob's brand that he hopes to release, I believe. His clothing brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
I thought it was really nice, and I thought, I quite like that because it's got the Adidas style to it. And then I thought, walking along the high street here in a sequin jacket.
I don't
of course,
see your issue.
Anybody can do that, but I just can't imagine me doing that.
No.
Maybe to a gig. Yeah, I don't know. But it was suitable stage wear.
Yeah,
that way.
I'm sure it's bespoke for him.
And I'm sure you girls would enjoy wearing the sequins.
Yeah, we like a sequin, I think.
I'm sure it'll only be about £650 when it comes out, if it does.
But did you notice the little teddy bear logo as well?
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Primark will be doing a version, will they?
No.
Unfortunately.
And then, of course, coming back to Gaz Coombs, we now know the reason why he didn't sing all right in his set, because he sang it as a duet with Robbie.
Exactly.
What did you think about that?
Yeah, that was really good to see, and again, unexpected, which is always really good. But as a duet, I think they sang it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a nice
fun.
little surprise, wasn't it, in the show?
Yeah, definitely.
You can see Rob enjoying singing it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting another duet as well as that one, though. When they did that, I thought, oh, that's nice. We've had a nice, different thing. And then what came next was an even bigger surprise.
That was... I just boggled my head, that did. That was bizarre.
Tell us, I mean, we were all at the front. Tell us how we first knew that was going to happen, because I think we knew before a lot of other people did.
Yes. Well, obviously, we suddenly saw everyone going a bit crazy to our left, and we could see Danny Dyer stood there in front of the barrier.
Shaking a few people's hands.
Yeah, doing a few
fist pumps and stuff.
Selfies with a few people. We're like, why is Danny Dyer down there?
Well, we knew he was there because he was in the video.
Yeah.
But it's like, why is he down here?
It would never occur to you that he's actually going to get on stage and sing.
No.
Kind of thing. But...
I just thought he was there to watch.
Yeah. I thought he was making his way to the VIP area or something.
Yeah. And then suddenly you see this, what was it, the Coldstream Guards?
Coldstream Guards, yeah.
Yeah, coming out. And
there was a lot more of them than we could actually see, because I think where we were stood, because there was so much going on, I only thought there was like 10 of them, but there was like...
No, they started filling the stage from the back.
Wasn't there like 50 of them up there?
There was a lot.
Yeah, so that was quite epic.
Yeah.
And then, of course... Emma, you continue this story. Tell us what happened next.
That was just a genius work of art. And then I think Rob said it was the duet we didn't know we needed.
Yes.
And then it just went into the Park Life intro, and the crowd just went mental.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we obviously knew Danny was going to sing the Phil Daniels bit, and it was just amazing.
It was so good.
They need to release that as a single, I think, because that would go down a storm. And it was just epic, and it really got the crowd going as well.
It did.
Yeah, well, and Danny Dyer proper got into it, didn't he?
He did. He was brilliant.
There was so much love in the crowd for him.
Oh, definitely.
People were just so excited to see him on stage. Yeah. So it was a genius move to bring him up there.
Yeah.
Seeing him in the intro video, and then you'd never twig, maybe he's here for a duet.
No, I never thought that. I just kind of thought, why is Danny Dyer on that video?
Yeah, it was a stroke of genius, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a moment. It really got the crowd lifted. Incredible.
Yeah, brilliant. And a nice contrast to the Oasis, the Oasis song beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and he weaved it into his whole storytelling quite well, didn't he? Because obviously we have seen that show a few times before, apart from these additional bits.
Yeah, I did notice you two looking at each other throughout all the 25 kind of staging, and I thought, oh God, is he going to do the whole thing from start to finish?
Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's a well-rehearsed show.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a lot of people there that had never seen it, and the jokes worked, and everyone laughed in the right places, so, you know.
Yeah. But when it's about your 8th time seeing it, it's kind of like, oh, I thought we were going to get a different show.
But then to throw in all those extra bits was just brilliant. But really good.
It was.
Certainly not complaining, Emma, because, there'll be people listening going, what, you went 8 times and you're complaining about it?
No, of course not.
No, but it was just, okay, we know what's coming. So then when we didn't know what was coming, that was nice.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. It kept everybody happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As usual.
Of course.
Breaking news. We added this piece in after the show with Emma because something very exciting happened.
We had an email from Colin Patterson at the BBC, who I remember from my PR days, so that was a bit of a blast from the past, asking if they could use our clip of Rob and Danny at Hyde Park, which we'd put onto our YouTube account. Basically, wanted to use it on BBC Breakfast with a credit to us, so that was nice. And they used it in an interview with Damon from Blur, asking what Damon thought of Danny singing his song, basically. So have a listen. And thanks to Colin Patterson for giving us permission to use the clip on the show as well.
Cool, yeah, let's have a listen.
Have you heard Robbie Williams brought on Danny Dyer in Hyde Park?
Confidence is a preference for the habitual voyeur of what is known as Park Life.
I fell in love with Danny Dyer really after his Who Do You Think You Are, which was the best one ever. I mean, really, it was a true revelation that he was a member of the royal family. For him and everybody watching it, it's a compliment, isn't it? I think. Well, I mean, he's definitely from the East End.
Yeah.
You know, he's a Cockney, so and we're all Cockneys. So I mean, it's good. It's a song for us. Then it's good. I hope everyone has their own version of it.
And then the other surprise element was that he sung Advertising Space.
Oh, I know. And the staging behind that as well was beautiful.
It was.
It was really, really good.
Yeah. All the people who've passed too early behind him, like Amy Winehouse, Prince, George Michael.
Bob Marley was up there.
Yeah. Matthew Perry was even on there.
Yeah, that was, Freddie Mercury was there, wasn't he? And
yeah,
it was just lovely. A lovely tribute. And to see him singing that song again when he hasn't sung it for ages.
Oh, yeah. It was really good to hear.
Yeah.
Were there any other standout moments for you, Emma? What do you remember from it?
When he went off quite early, didn't he, after Rock DJ? And I thought, that can't be it. And then come back on and sing No Regrets. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it's one of my favourite songs, so to hear that live again was brilliant. But yeah, Park Life has to be the standout moment for that, I think.
It was. It was, definitely.
One you never forget, yeah.
Definitely sticks in the head, that one.
And another standout moment for me was at the very end when he was singing Angels.
Absolutely.
And Teddy came running on from behind and hugged him, and then Ida walked on, and then the three of them stood there in an embrace.
Oh, no, that was so lovely.
With Teddy rubbing his back.
And Teddy didn't seem fazed at all, did she?
No.
By the crowd or anything. She was just taking it all in.
If she'd have had her way, she'd have had a microphone in her hand, I think.
Definitely.
But, and that was probably all she was allowed to do, was run on stage. I think they're phasing that.
Yeah, step at a time.
Yeah, definitely. I
don't think it'll be
it's not
long.
far off, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It was cute, wasn't it? Watching her in the little treehouse thing that they were in, watching her watch him.
She was in the VIP area to begin with, wasn't she? Watching
she was
down.
lapping it all up.
Yeah.
As you say, though, the way she rubbed his back is like she was looking after Dad.
Yeah.
And that was so lovely to see.
It was cute.
Yeah. But the whole gig he was just on fire that night. And I know he said himself that it's the best gig he's done, and I 100% agree. It's up there.
Yeah. He was definitely very smiley.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't follow him on Instagram, you should, because it's funny. And he puts a lot of his inklings and all his thoughts and stuff on there. But he said, to your point, Emma, that he said he'd never had a gig where he felt so happy and so ready and so in the zone. And then he started feeling weird about that, because he was like, well, why do I feel like this? I think it helped that England had just won.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think that did have a big bearing on it.
Yeah.
But he said he was feeling great all day, and
it certainly came across. Because you could feel that in him. He was just so smiley and so in the zone, and his voice was on form. It was just everything
vocally
about it.
He was absolutely on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely on it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so good. I'm just so glad we were there.
Yes.
He was funny as well, wasn't he?
He was funny, yeah.
His little...
his interaction
things.
with the crowds, especially with the lady next to us. And
it was nice.
Oh, yes.
Nice of him to say a little hello to me as well. That.
Matt, would you like to talk about that?
I just did. He was just sort of looking up and down the crowd to see who he could probably take the mick out of, and then he just, there was just a little hello, Matt. Hi, Matt. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
You know, he meant to say Lucy as well, but then he had to talk to somebody else. But
and the Italian ladies that he sang "She's the One" to as well.
That was what I was just thinking about. Yeah, that was very funny.
That was very funny.
Yeah, that was really funny.
I'm sure people have probably seen clips of it, but it was basically where he said something like, "Why are you like sticking your boobs out at me? Like, what would you do if I like stick my cock out towards you?"
Yeah. Oh, and then remember a bit further back when he came into the crowd just the right where we were, and somebody pinched him in a rather delicate place.
I don't believe that.
And he went on about that. Well, no, but still, that was funny.
I am liking to spread the rumour that was Jocelyn. Well, no, I know that she didn't do that, but it's just that he did stand up right in front of her. So I'd like to spread the silly rumour that it was Jocelyn. It wasn't, but anyway. So what would we like to see from our next tour from Rob? Because obviously that'll be the last time we see the 25 tour. So personally, what I would like to see is less covers. Like, we don't need Land of 1,000 Dances or
No.
Don't Look Back in Anger.
No, we could trade those in for
more Robbie songs.
For some Robbie classics.
Yes,
It's true.
please, yeah.
He's got enough of a back catalogue now.
He certainly has. And according to him, he's got quite a few new ones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's struggling to count. He's struggling to narrow down, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think. So either give us some new stuff or let's give us some things that we haven't heard for a while, please.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
Yeah, I think that would work. And I think, if he's worried about crowd energy, he's got plenty of songs which do get people going.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he underestimates his crowd sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of people do know his early stuff or his not so popular stuff or his B-sides.
They do.
So
and sometimes I think people actually do like to just stand and take moments in, especially if he's singing a song they haven't really heard him sing very much. Like if it's a song like, I don't know, Millennium that you've heard loads of times before, you just sort of sing along with it. But if he's singing something like Advertising Space that you haven't heard him sing much, you almost want to, the crowd do want to sort of stand back and listen and take it in rather than just going crazy.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
I don't know whether sometimes he might mistake the atmosphere in the crowd for just people enjoying actually the moment, but in a calmer way. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes. I think sometimes he gets a bit paranoid, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That people aren't enjoying themselves or they don't give him the energy he needs.
Well, it's the same with Lost, wasn't it? They said they could see it, but it's like, well, that's quite an emotional song.
Yeah.
And it's not a dance number. You're not going to dance around to it too much, are you?
No,
you may sway a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see some new stuff. Well, we're going to have to, aren't we? If he's releasing a new album, we're going to have to sing some of it. But hopefully we get some old ones as well.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see a bit of swing back in the set.
Yeah.
That just suddenly came to me. I know that he'll probably revisit that genre again at some point because he's sort of alluded to the fact that he will. But and I don't know whether he should do a whole show on it. But I think, bringing a bit of the swing in, people love that.
Yeah, it does suit his voice as well, doesn't it?
But he's got something he wrote as well.
His own swing songs,
Yeah.
I Will Talk, Hollywood Will Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, shall we... anything more to say about Hyde Park before we move on? Any other moments, memories?
Not that I can think of.
Any other people you want to drop in it, Lucy?
Sorry to people that I'm talking about.
We will get their permission, of course, afterwards, after it's published.
So why don't we talk about the 4 songs that we are here to cover?
4
songs.
Very eclectic songs.
All very
totally different songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first one is going to be It's Great to Be a Cat.
It is.
So let's get the ball rolling with the song that idiots say Robbie has been reduced to making. It's the song he wrote with Guy Chambers and Chris Heath for the Felix cat food advert. Rob has said for years that he'd like to write a catchy advert jingle, and he's finally been given the opportunity.
The advert was released on the 25th of January 2023 with Purina, the company that owns Felix cat food, releasing a press statement from Rob saying, "The cat is out of the bag. I'm the new voice of Felix. I've been a long-time fan of cats, and I've had many feline friends over the years. After studying their fascinating behaviour, I can confidently say it's great to be a cat." Yeah.
One of the Purina YouTube accounts, I think it might have been in Poland or somewhere like that, accidentally published the promo video a day or 2 early, which someone found and shared with us, and it went viral among Robbie fans before the official launch.
We didn't reshare it, by the way. We just watched it.
We did. I only put it on our Instagram stories.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sorry. It was like on a public YouTube account, from the official Felix cat food. How are we supposed to know that it's at that point? How are we supposed to know that it's
you wouldn't know
not meant to be there? We just thought, well, hang on, what's this? Anyway, Purina created a special website which is still available, which is felixandrobbie.com. It includes an interview with Rob surrounded by cats talking about cats, promotional photos, and a video of Rob and Felix turning up to a premiere in which Felix seems to be the star of the show.
The campaign was devised and created by creative agency AFG and featured on Meta, TikTok, YouTube and on TV. The videos were directed by Marco Grandia, and the advert was simultaneously broadcast across all 25 European markets on the 25th of January.
Rob said, "There are many boxes that I want to tick in the velvety hallways of show business land, and one of them is to do just this. Write a song for an advert that gets into your head and becomes an earworm. I've seen enough cat stuff and experienced enough cat-like things to be able to procure lyrics out of my head. The Felix people came along, asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was so on board. I think that artists have found a muse in cats because there's a sincere elegance to cats." When he was asked, "If cats have 9 lives, what life is he on?" he replied, "This cat is probably on its 50th life. I have tested the angels and I'm still here. It's great to be a cat because you always end up landing on your feet just like me."
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah. So Emma, would you like to go first? What do you think of it? It's great to be a cat.
I think it's funny. It's just Rob being Rob again, isn't it? It's a chance for him to show off his kind of acting skills again, and it's just a mischievous song like cats are, I guess. I'm a bit more of a dog person myself, so I was a bit gutted he didn't do like a pedigree charm advert. But
oh, that'll come.
I'm sure.
He loves dogs as well.
Yeah, but it's just showing he doesn't take himself too seriously. He just wants to get involved with everything.
Yeah,
and it's just a fun song, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
and the videos again are funny.
They are
a bit silly and a bit funny.
Yeah. Also, again, showing him he's not taking himself too seriously.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was fun.
Yeah, it's a really big band production, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had a look. It's 1 minute 25 seconds, so it's quite short.
Right.
When you listen to it on Spotify or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love and all the lyrics are good. It's well written. I mean, it's okay, it's an advert and people will try and slag that off because it's an advert, but it's well written. Like I put this line, "Today I might catch my reflection and explore every inch of my kingdom." They've kind of got every cat related behaviour in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's your chair, but it's taken. And I put cats basically own their owners.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's the way it works. They're not owned. They're just staying in the place of the person that bought them. Yeah. They own it. So it's a good fun song, and it's catchy as adverts need to be. Obviously, it has got that earworm effect, which is what it needs.
Yeah.
As you say, it's quite a big band production, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think you can tell that Guy was involved because it's quite a sort of rich, big production. It's kind of weird to listen to as a song, like on Spotify, because as the intro is basically the advert and then it kind of carries on, and it seems weird that it's carrying on because the advert's kind of finished and it's still going. It's like there's lots of little snippets, isn't it, rather than being a conventional song with verse and chorus. It definitely does get in your head though, so Rob fulfilled his brief.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it does annoy me that people just keep making stupid comments online about, well, he's only good enough to write cat food adverts these days.
Well, it's just laughable though, because they just don't know him, do they?
Well, no.
They don't understand the context at all, do they? It's yeah.
In the words of Taylor Swift, haters gonna hate.
Yes. Should we go on to the second song?
Yes.
Do we have to?
Yes. Moving forward.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
So, moving on to Une Tahitienne à Paris. Did I say that right?
That one. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
A duet with native Tahitian and former Miss France, Mareva Galanter. Mareva told her songwriter friend Helena Nogueira stories about her life. Helena turned these stories into lyrics, then Mareva's guitarist, Philippe Avino, set them to music. Helena and Philip presented the lyrics in a folder and the music on a USB stick to Mareva for her birthday. Nice.
Press reports when the song came out claimed that Rob had met Mareva at the Miss France final in 2009 when he performed Morning Sun, and that they'd stayed in touch since. But this story was completely made up by the press.
Imagine.
Mareva told French publication Ciné Télé Review that she and Rob never met in 2009. They actually met for the first time at a dinner in 2022. She said, "We had a long discussion. He knew the group Nouvelle Vague, with whom I toured for years. At the end of the meal, he said to me, 'You'll come and sing on my next album?' It made me laugh."
8 months later, Mareva decided to send an email to Rob, inviting him to sing on the song because she wanted a very masculine crooner voice on it. She said, "I sent him a message like a bottle in the sea, telling him in French, 'Who tries nothing has nothing,' and offering to share the song with me. Less than 24 hours later, he replied, telling me that he loved the song and that he was up for it. It was quite an extraordinary surprise."
She claims she didn't tell anyone except her closest friends for 5 months. Then, when he did his concert at the Accor Arena in Paris, he met with her at a studio to record the song. Asked how the recording went, she said, "He is someone easy in the Anglo-Saxon way. With him, there is no judgment, no barrier. He gave us time in the studio, but also to take photos. He gave me a very nice gift. He was very professional, very classy, very cool." Yeah. Matt, what do you think of this song?
It's different, isn't it? It's not Rob's usual style, which is great because he likes to experiment. And so I can understand why he wanted to do something a little bit different like this, because it's quirky.
Yeah.
It's a lovely song, and it's got that sort of twanging steel guitar in the background. It's got that Tahitian sort of vibe mixed with the Parisian accordion vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's generally, it's got that sort of bom de bom de bom de bom, that sort of,
Right.
you know what I mean? I can't really describe what that is, but it goes along like that quite nicely, and the voices complement each other well. It's a lovely little piece. Maybe it's one that's probably not so well known.
No.
Maybe even by fans, actually, because there wasn't much of a to-do made about it. It was just sort of popped out, and if you knew, you knew, and no one really talked about it after that, did they? But it's nice.
Yeah, it's certainly gone under the radar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you say, it's something that you wouldn't normally do, which makes it good, and it's fun. You can almost see them walking down the Champs-Élysées together, singing it to each other, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And then that little ukulele in the background. It's a nice mashup.
Yeah, it was a big surprise to come across this song. I was like eating breakfast one morning, just looking at Instagram, and I happened to flick onto Rob's Instagram posts where people have tagged him, and I saw the picture of him with Mareva, and I was like, "Oh, what's this one?" Looked at it, and then I was like, "What's this? What? Who's this person? And why are they saying they've written a song with Rob? What's going on?" And it was just so weird. It just totally came out of nowhere. But I think Robs and her voice go well together, and he sounds lovely singing the French lines, "Je parle bien français." And I like the line, "I'm lost in the city, I come from Stoke City."
Yeah, that's quite clever.
But yeah, as you said, Matt, it's got a very French sound. I do like the melody and the sound of Rob's voice on the pre-chorus bit. "Was it in my dreams or on a screen? It doesn't matter." Then the chorus, "Let's walk together, let's dance together, let's play together."
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think my fave line is, "I have no umbrella, lala." No, I can't even say it. "I have no umbrella, lala." You try to say it, Matt.
Umbrella lala. Isn't that how it goes?
Umbrella lala.
Umbrella lala. Yeah.
It's almost like a childlike song, isn't it? But it's just nice and simple and jolly.
I think Emma should say umbrella la la as well.
Umbrella la la la. I think that's quite difficult to say in context, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it? You can hear the fun in their voices, actually, when they're doing it. And
I like how it kind of speeds up when they're talking about running instead of walking because it's raining as well. It's clever. And as you said, Emma, it just totally creates a visual image in your head of exactly what they're describing, which is really clever.
Yeah.
There's one thing, though, I don't like, which is that it describes Rob as having black eyes, which is weird, because obviously he's got green eyes.
Did it rhyme, maybe?
But maybe it's just the French way of talking about eyes, I don't know. Maybe it's a certain phrase that I don't really
a hidden meaning
get the translation. Yeah. And also there's another line when he says, "It doesn't matter." And that always just makes me think of when he asks a girl her name when he's got them up on stage, and then he takes the microphone away and says, "It doesn't matter."
And then makes up a name.
Yeah.
Especially if it's complicated to say.
Yeah.
Like calling that bloke Danny in
oh yeah, we forgot to mention
Hyde
that.
Park, who was actually called Kenny.
Poor Kenny, who he kept calling Danny.
Oh no.
He didn't even make a joke about that. He just decided to switch the name.
Yeah. I think he just forgot and just called him Danny again.
And then the girl that he picked as well first,
Alan,
called her
yeah.
Alan, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, Alan, yes.
Yeah, our friend Alan was
Did we
quite
mention
pleased.
that? Oh, you did mention that to Alan. Good.
Yeah. Someone said, "Oh, you got to mention even though you weren't there, Alan." And weirdly, a news article in The Sun about this song quoted our interview with Rob in their news story, because obviously when we spoke to Rob, it was not long before this song came out, and in it he had told us that he wanted to release 2 new albums fairly soon. So when I was doing my research for this song, I came across one of our own interview quotes.
Thank you to The Sun.
Yes.
Always handy to get a bit of publicity.
Did they quote you in said quote?
They did. It said Robbie Williams Rewind podcast. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Oh, that's one thing we failed to mention, actually, when talking about Hyde Park, that The Sun used our video of Robbie and Danny singing Park Life.
Oh, yeah.
Without our permission, may I add.
Oh, nice.
Well, they tried.
Well, they did try. So apparently this guy did send me a message on Instagram, but because messages from people you don't know just go into requests, you just don't see them. Well, I don't see them very often. And so I bet they used it anyway. So
yeah.
Great.
Fair game, isn't it? It was on YouTube, I guess.
Well, no, it was on our Instagram at that point.
Instagram. Well, still fair game, really.
I guess so. Anyway, they credited us.
We'll set our lawyers onto them.
Yeah.
Right. No, we won't.
And just a final note that this song by Mareva is the song of hers that has got the most listens out of any of her songs. Is that a surprise?
Yeah.
No. It's got 300,000 listens, which isn't bad.
We're just going to have a few more now.
Well, people are going to go.
People will be like, "Oh, I haven't heard that one. I'll go and have a listen."
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to chat to her one day.
Maybe.
How's your French?
Well, I did do French A level, but I've forgotten it all
Je
now.
parle petit français. So, shall we move on?
Yes, let's do.
To another corker. The next collaboration we're covering is punk band Soft Play's song Punk's Dead. I can see Emma's delighted to talk about this one. We're on video here, though you can't see it on the audio, but just see that she's ready to go on this one. Which came out on the 21st of August 2023. It was written by the 2 band members, Laurie Vincent and Isaac Holman, as well as Jolyon Thomas, who produced it, and already has 3.5 million listens on Spotify.
Soft Play used to be called Slaves, but they decided to change the name of the band and received some criticism from some fans as a result. The lyrics are taken directly from Instagram comments from people annoyed at them. They said they didn't plan on it being a single, but it was received so well that it became the first from their album Soft Jelly, which came out on the 19th of July, 2024.
And helpfully, Soft Play just released a reel showing the timeline of their friendship with Rob. In 2015, Rob shared their song, Where's Your Car, Debbie, on his Twitter account, saying, "My favourite member of Slaves is Isaac, 'cause he looks like me and Ant McPartlin had a baby. Love you, Isaac." Sounds like a Robbie thing to say.
7 years later, Laurie awoke to a video message from Rob saying, "Hi Laurie, hope you don't mind that I've got your number, but I want to do music like you guys." Laurie apparently rolled over to his partner and said, "What the fuck?" She was annoyed that he'd woken her up, but he showed her the video and they both couldn't believe it.
Since then, Laurie and Rob have had a WhatsApp friendship, so Laurie floated the idea of Rob singing In the Middle Eight with him, and Rob replied, absolutely. They had tried to get a choir of children to sing it, but soon realised the swear words would be a problem.
I don't see the issue.
Rob was up for it and recorded it in his own studio, sending them videos of him recording his vocal and listening to the song, which you can see on the reel that they shared.
In an interview backstage at Reading and Leeds Festival, Laurie told Rock Sound that Robbie Williams is punk as fuck, if you ask me. He sent me a unicorn emoji yesterday before we went on stage and said, smash it. Growing up, that was the most played music in my mum and dad's car, so it's a real thing for me. He's like a pop superstar.
When asked about playing live with Rob in 2023, he said, I ask him all the time. It's going to fall into place at the perfect moment. I just trust that it's going to happen at some point. In their timeline reel, they shared a WhatsApp to Rob in January 2024 asking, can we play this Hyde Park show with you then? Heard our manager is talking to yours, but I thought I'd send a shameless blag too. Rob replied, sounds good, let me talk to my people, said in a transatlantic accent, which I didn't do. Sounds good. Oh, I won't do that.
Then there's a clip of them singing Feel, badly, at Hyde Park with a caption saying, after an enjoyable gig, Laurie took the absolute piss. After their Hyde Park set, they joined Rob in his backstage area and watched the England match with him. There's a nice photo of the three of them together backstage. Laurie and Isaac then enjoyed watching Rob's set.
Rob even appears in their video for the song as what Softplay described as Teletubby God, because his face appears among clouds like the Teletubby sun, for those of you who know the Teletubbies. I think that's gone all over the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
The video in which the band are beaten up by kids on a bouncy castle was directed by Thomas Davis.
So let's just talk about the video first before we go on to the song. The video is quite
Tell us
hilarious.
about the video. What is it?
So the video is better than the song. The video is quite funny.
Video?
Yeah, I like the video.
For those listeners that haven't seen it, what happens in the video?
Well, basically the band are beaten up by kids in a bouncy castle.
Yes.
And
so the band are playing a bouncy castle company, aren't they? And they go and set up in this like really weird village hall, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they blow up the bouncy castle. And then the kids just start laying into them as they start playing their guitars.
Weird.
It's really bizarre, but it's funny.
It is. And then Rob just appears like a face in the clouds, like literally looking like the Teletubby sun, but his face isn't yellow; it's like normal colour.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit trippy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is different.
But it's certainly different.
Yeah. Mm. So, moving on to the song. I mean, I know a few fans that I shared this song with, even recently, when I told them that Softplay were going to be at Hyde Park, and had they realised that Rob sung on a song with them, and what are the chances of maybe them doing it together on stage? And then they listened to the song. One of their comments was, okay, well, now my ears are bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very punk song. It's got lots of swearing. It's loud. But actually, I do think it's quite clever, the way that they've strung together all these comments into a song.
Oh, yeah. When you listen to it, you can hear all that in there, can't you? Yeah, it is clever what they've done.
I mean, the first time I listened to it, it was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And then you listen to it a few more times and you're like, yeah, actually, it's right.
Yeah. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Although, weirdly, my friend Laura, who is into indie music, and she's also a Robbie fan, she said she had this song on her playlist and was listening to it a lot because she actually just genuinely liked it. And she said it took her ages to work out that it was Rob on it, and she hadn't even realised.
Yeah.
But that's like a lot of the Softplay fans. Even recently, I've gotten a quote. So I saw one comment on their photo post of them with Rob at Hyde Park where someone commented, "What's going on here? Have I been singing along to Robbie Williams? For fuck's sake, he's not punk." And then I especially love someone's reply to that idiot. "I think it's cool. Punk is doing stuff you're passionate about and that makes you happy with no rules. Yes, conventionally, Robbie isn't a punk, but it's punk as fuck featuring on a punk song. Do you know what isn't punk? Being hateful towards someone doing something different and unexpected.
Oh, clever response.
Yes, I like that person's response.
Yeah, nice. That's good.
So what did you think, Matt?
Well, as we just said, it's a very different song.
Yes.
And for Robbie's creativity, brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And the guy talking about punk there, spot on. It's not completely my bag because of the style of it. It's a bit like, it does do your head in a bit on certain points. Rob's bit is quite a relief from the rest of the song. Because it is quite melodic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I love the rocking guitars, but the shouty sort of singing style isn't really my favourite.
Yeah.
But as I said, I like the fact that Rob's open to different types of collabs, and he does the ones that people wouldn't expect him to do.
Yeah.
I like that. He doesn't just do things that people expect him to do. He actually does stuff he wants to do that's fun, and it's all part of his experimental creative vibe. So
yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he would maybe bring that style into his own song as well, and how that would sit and how it would sound. That would be quite interesting.
It would.
Hopefully not quite as angry.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, he made one of his own dreams come true there because he wanted to work with them, and
yes, yeah,
they did it. So,
but the baby crying bit, that's painful to listen to.
Bizarre.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
and then it kind of turns into just this screechy sound that just makes me sort of on edge.
It's like nails down a blackboard a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. But also, it's a bit annoying because Rob's bit kind of gets mixed in with that, and so it's a bit frustrating to listen to them together. But
sounds as though Emma's listening to it all the time now. Yeah. Every day, right?
It's weirdly catchy though.
It is.
It's weirdly catchy, yeah.
It does get stuck in my head.
I would say the melody, but I don't think that's the right word. But the rhythm of it is catchy.
Yeah, it
I'm not
is.
gonna lie. Yeah.
Like when I was writing my notes for these songs, and I went to bed that night, it was this song that was stuck in my head.
Yeah, I mean, I can even hear it now. I'm kind of
Yeah.
like rocking along to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of funny lines that I like, which obviously they didn't write. It was written by Instagram followers, but they did make me laugh. I want my money back, boys, for the T-shirts, obviously because they changed the name of the band. And Johnny Rotten is turning in his bed. I was going to say grave, but the fucker ain't dead.
And it's not, you don't hear many C-bombs in songs these days either, do you?
No.
So to get that in there was quite
That's
good.
true, yeah. For the final song, we're talking about Sober, which Rob sung with Lucy Spraggan. On the 2nd of May 2024, we retreated to Rob's duet with X Factor contestant Lucy, a re-release of her song Sober. Written with Joe Hamill and produced by Alex Betska, Lucy said, I wrote Sober about a week after I stopped drinking. I wanted to write a song that I could listen back to, whether that was in a month, 6 months or years, to remind me why I had made the decision to be sober. I never anticipated that nearly 5 years after, I'd be releasing it as a duet with an all-round inspiration of mine, both personally and professionally, Robbie Williams.
She continued, this song and its music video were originally released in 2021, and the comments on YouTube are from a community of people that resonate with the lyrics about why I need to be sober. To know that Robbie Williams resonates with the song enough to sing it with me is an unbelievable feeling, not only as a songwriter, but as a person that has struggled with substance abuse. This really is the highlight of my career so far, and I am so thankful for all the places that my sobriety has taken me.
Lucy was on the X Factor in 2012 when Rob was a guest mentor. Unfortunately, Lucy had to leave the show early and didn't get to meet Rob then due to being sexually assaulted by a hotel porter in her X Factor hotel, a traumatic experience that she shared in her book, Process, Finding My Way Through, in 2023.
Rob said, I've been a fan of Lucy's since I first heard her on the X Factor. That year I mentored the show, but sadly we never got to meet. I loved Sober the first time I heard it, and I've really enjoyed working with Lucy on this new version of the song.
Lucy supported Rob on the Sunday night at Sandringham in August 2023 and met him backstage. She told The Sun, Simon Cowell's been going through the back catalogue and trying to work out what songs we're going to use in the future for this reworked album. And he got a hold of Sober and he's like, I love this song. Do you know who should hear this song? Robbie has to hear this song. I was like, oh my God, I'm supporting Robbie in August. And then I met Robbie at Sandringham and we had a chat for like 25 minutes in the dressing room. And then I was like, have you heard the song Sober? And he was like, yeah, we're working together on it, aren't we? And I was like, what the fuck? He actually sent me a text yesterday and he was like, can I call you? And he just FaceTimed me for a bit and said, if you need anything, if you have any questions, if you need any support or anything, I'm here for you. And I really appreciate that. Like people, any walk of life, no one has to be that kind. And so I really just have a lot of respect for him.
Oh,
no, that's nice.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Lovely.
That's like all three of these artists that he's just collaborated with are all so different and he's just so willing to just get involved with everyone. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Emma, what do you think of Sober?
Oh, I heard it before Rob got involved, and it's just a song that evokes such sentiment behind it. Obviously, it's a very personal song to her and what it means in the lyrics, and you can just see how it resonates with Rob as well because of what he's been through with his sobriety and substance abuse and in the past. Yeah. It's a very honest song. It's not overproduced. It's really thought-provoking. I think it's just a lovely song.
It is.
It's really honest. It's lovely. And they both complement each other's voices as well really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's almost like they're having a honest conversation with each other, isn't it? It's almost to a tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can see why he got involved with it.
Yeah.
It obviously resonates really well with him.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I like how Lucy opens the song with the first verse and chorus and then Rob joins her.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's her song, so it kind of emphasises that, that he sort of joins in with her.
Yeah, and it's nice to see that she's getting something back after all she's been through as well.
Yeah.
And that Rob's there for her. He's great, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
And he's like sharing so much of himself at the moment, as you say, with so many different people.
Yeah.
It's so good to see.
Yeah. It's funny how the kindness doesn't get reported as much as the stupid stories that people make up about him, isn't it, really? Yeah. I mean, it does get reported. Obviously, this one did get coverage. And she does deserve it because she's an incredible artist in her own right. She's doing so well. So, yeah, it's lovely that he made this happen and joined her for the song. And it is a really lovely song. And their voices work so well together. And it's like very calm and emotionally charged.
Yeah.
The strings and the piano in the background. It's just really, really nice song. Nice arrangement.
Yeah. Definitely. Because it's not so overproduced, you can really hear the clarity of their voices as well.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Nice. Yeah, actually, the rawness of it. It's really nice. Stripped back.
And I guess you kind of need it like that, don't you, with a song that means so much?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the line, I somehow made another morning, the sun comes seeping in the blinds, who I've hurt or what I've done, if I did drugs, did I throw up? Yeah, I'm sure they're words that resonated with Rob, looking back a long time, but still.
Yeah. And when you hear lyrics like that, you think, wow.
Yeah.
To feel that, it must be awful.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure I've had the odd occasion where I couldn't quite remember an evening, but for it to be a regular thing, I couldn't even imagine how it feels.
No.
And sunrise guilt and sunset shame. Very heartfelt lyrics.
Yeah, and to be able to put that down on paper to share it with the world, it must be a really hard thing to do as well.
Yeah. And I think at this point we have to give a shout out to Zoe, who was on our Swings Both Ways Part 1 episode, because she's a massive Lucy fan and loves her like she loves Rob, follows her around, goes to all her gigs. And we know that this was a collaboration that was a dream come true for her.
Oh, yeah.
She was so excited. sharing it on all her Facebook. Go and download this song now. Well done, Zoe. So I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the 4 songs.
We're a bit thin on the ground for content. Come on, Rob, we need that new album.
But I mean, it had to be covered. So
yeah.
You couldn't pick 4 different songs either, really, could you?
No.
Exactly.
They are all very, very different from each other. So the hardest thing now is actually choosing a song each to put on the playlist, which is what we traditionally do when we review albums and songs. So
we're not allowed to have the same one each, are we?
No, we're not supposed to, are we?
Oh, for God's sake.
But traditionally we always let the guest choose first. So
Emma can choose.
Well, I'm going to go for Punk's Dead then.
Oh,
absolutely. Because it's a little earworm in my head now, and it's so different, so out there.
Yeah.
I think people should hear it just to hear something completely different.
Excellent. Good choice.
Yeah.
Yes, good choice. I know what's going to happen now. Lucy's going to go next, which of course I will allow you to do. You can go next.
Well, I'm going to choose Sober then.
I knew you'd choose Sober, of course. That's got. But I mean,
well, it is. It's a brilliant song.
Both the songs you've picked have to be on our playlist because we do put them on. For those that might have forgotten, we do put them on our cumulative playlist, which we started right from the very beginning. It's a good playlist to listen to, actually.
Yeah,
it's good, some good songs on there. I'm only stalling because I'm trying to work out what to pick.
So It's Great to Be a Cat, written with Guy and Chris Heath, or Mareva Galanter duet.
It's got to be Mareva, surely.
I don't know.
Everyone's heard the cat advert, haven't they?
But then he wrote It's Great to Be a Cat, didn't he? It's up to you. You choose.
Well, I was thinking along the same lines as Emma, actually. I was thinking because it's an advert and people hear it a lot, then it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Whereas his partnership with Mareva, even though he didn't write it, it is a good fun song and it's very Robbie-esque. It's almost as if it was written for him to be in it. Yeah. So let's go for that.
Okay.
Une Tahitienne à Paris.
Okay.
Nice choice.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do that. So we'll put them on our playlist.
Yeah. If we can remember to update that when we release the episode.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely been a long time. So I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you to Emma for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. No,
thank you, Emma. Thanks for sharing the Hyde Park gig with us as well. It was nice to chat with you in the day there and get soaked soaked wet with you as well, and and enjoy Rob and see all the funny moments that happened.
Yeah, it was good. I have just sent Lucy a photo over Messenger actually, so I did have one more little Robbie thing on the way home. So we drove back from London up to Scotland on the way home. We stopped in Morecambe on the way home overnight, and I did a nice pose next to the Eric Morecambe statue on the way home.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought of Rob while I was doing that. So
brilliant.
Yes, so that was a nice little final thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, that was good. One little final thing.
Oh.
Can we add that to our website?
Yeah.
It's
a good photo.
I like that.
The worst thing was my other half was taking that picture, and he'd taken the picture really early and said, "Yeah, I haven't got it yet," and he made me stand there until I fell over, which was nice of him.
Very cheeky.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for joining us.
No, thank you.
It's been a fun episode, a bit different, but it's nice to be like Rob. It's nice to be a bit different, a bit creative, isn't it?
Yeah. I usually can't get away with talking about Rob so long, so it's be good to talk about him for so long.
Oh, good.
Well, we've managed to go for about an hour and a half, so
that's not bad.
I don't know what the episode will actually end up being, but yeah, we've managed to stretch it out. If you're still listening to this point, thank you very much for listening. What might we expect next?
I don't know.
What do you think we might get? What are we hoping for?
Still trying to track some people down.
Oh yeah, we've got a few people on our books that we're trying to
still
work out with. So there are some guests on the way when we finally get them pinned down.
Yeah.
Some celebrity, some special guests.
Yes.
Some Rob guests.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll see.
It's exciting knowing not knowing what's coming next though.
Yeah, in terms of Rob, we know we've
Yeah.
got the film at some point and an album, but it'd just be nice to know when.
We know there's new content on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just when.
Yeah.
And of course, at the point of this being recorded, it probably won't be released too late after we recorded it. What is it now? Mid-July?
Yeah.
We're going into the summer now, really, aren't we? So, well, we're not in the UK. You'd think it was winter, but things sort of tend to quieten down over the summer, don't they? Well, people are having holidays and off and stuff. So, maybe we might get an announcement. Maybe you'll have to wait until later. I think we'll have to wait until then, probably.
Mm.
Yeah. So we'll wait with bated breath.
Exciting times.
Very. Well, we'll see you at another gig soon, Emma, I'm sure.
Yes, no doubt. I'll look out for you. Definitely.
And thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Robbie Williams Rewind.